Hi friends, this is Pam Affelbeck, author. I'm an Amazon author at Pam Affelbeck Publishing. And for this collaboration, I asked actually God put this book on my heart, and then I asked my spouse if he was okay with it. And he decided he was. He has held it in his hands. This is the first edition, the first book shipped. It just went live on Amazon this week. And my husband Mike is okay with you understanding some things about what we learned in our relationship of 32 years together. I'm kind of a natural born writer who's enjoyed journaling and writing all my life. I have been asked to edit at work at the various jobs I had. I was known for those skills. A published wild game author has asked me to help edit his work at times. So I have this new book. It's our second book. It's called Romancing an Angel of the Lord by Pam Affelbeck. And I will tell you what it's about. It's dedicated. The dedication kind of tells you a little bit about it. Mike is my partner. God is my God. I dedicated my first book to God, to Yahweh. This book is dedicated to Mike Affelbeck, to everything about him, including his burps, his gastric emissions, that's what he calls those things, his laughter, and his tensions. And the reason that I love his farts is because he had cancer surgery in 2019, and that scared me. And I had some really good friends I had met the year before who prayed for us, and things went well. One of the first signs of healing with that, after that surgery where they take part of your intestine out, is gastric emissions and tummy rumbling activities there. Once that happens, you can take the tube out that's straining your stomach. And the purpose of that tube is so that you don't get ill after the surgery. Because when they mess with your insides, it does upset you. You know what? Life messes with our insides too. And when I met Mike, when I was 33, and I did not believe, hi there, my friend, I did not believe that there was any such thing as true love. I'd given up on it. I loved my first husband. I loved all the children we had together. I loved so many things about him, but love didn't seem to cut it. There were things that were different about us that we couldn't seem to solve. It doesn't matter how much we talked, they just did not click. I didn't understand what was going on, and I tried dating a little bit well after our divorce, and it just didn't go over, so I gave up. I gave up on men. I decided my 3 little girls and I were just going to live our life together, and that was that. No more trying to find a man, no more looking for men. Nah, it's not for me. There's no such thing as true love. All those dreams I'd had when I was a little girl, nah, it just doesn't happen. And so when I stopped looking and I surrendered the fact that I didn't know what I was doing, beloved relatives introduced Mike and I. And at first I wasn't even sure what I thought of him. I mean, I knew he was a nice guy, but one of the weird things about Mike when I first met him, I was used to people being sensitive about their faults and me poking them accidentally with some of my words, my loose wording. Well, Mike sat down at a dinner table with me at a restaurant with another couple, and he started making fun of the fact that he was fat, and he was this, and he was that. He started naming his faults and laughing about them. I wasn't used to that. Like, what manner of person is this, man or woman, who just laughs about his faults? I didn't know. And I wasn't sure I was attracted to him. I wasn't sure what to do, but we got in the car and I went to drive him to where his pickup was parked for us to go home. I lived in a different town, and I almost felt like kissing him goodbye, which is ridiculous because we just met. But he reached out and he patted my hand, said, maybe I'll see you again sometime. And my heart leaped when he did that. I didn't say anything, but I just nodded. And we ended up a few weeks later talking again. We got invited to another date out by this couple, just to find out if we were interested again. And we hit it off. We really hit it off. But then we started encountering our past. At first, we vented to one another, but later on, we took it out on each other. I know that I took things out on Mike from my childhood. Daddy issues, ex-husband issues, things that happened to me when I was a kid issues, all sorts of issues. And the big issue was I didn't accept myself the way I was. Therefore, I vented or lashed it out at other people. So this is my journey, our journey. And it wasn't just Mike and my journey. This is God putting us together with all of our flaws, all our past hurts, everything that we had ever gone wrong for us. And believe me, there was a lot of challenges. And all of the things we'd been accused of by others because we weren't what they thought that we should be. Somehow Mike and I found out that what we are is exactly what the other one wants to be near. We are so compatible and so different and so alike that it is possible to find true love and a deep, deep friendship. And we were given a choice whether to let God help us with this or do it on our own. And I tried avoiding God for 20 years. I was pissed at him because my mom died when I was 22, blah, 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 blah. But by golly, we said yes to God, and he started teaching us to get over the things that weren't really us. We weren't really incompatible at all, but we started thinking we were because of what happened in the past. This is a story of how he led us along and helped us see that we are eternal. We're human souls, but we're also eternal beings here. We can be earth angels together. I see eternity in his eyes. I finally saw it in my own eyes. It's the story of how God showed me how to recognize eternity in human souls and rejoice about it. And once I started seeing it, he started by coming into Mike and showing me the eternal side of Mike himself. God did that for me. And I just loved it. I fell in love with it. And it's still here. So I hope you learned from this. It's on Amazon. We're asking $15 for it. I designed it. I wrote it. God put it on my heart. He gave me the title. He gave us real life, every day, very difficult, almost fall apart, almost shut down experiences while we were writing it. I wrote it, but Mike participated in the content in real time. The end of the book is January of this year, right before it published. Things happen. God set us up to fall apart emotionally, to shut down spiritually, and to feel separated from one another right before the end of the book. And I thought that was the end of it. I was ready to move into my own place all at once, just like in the past happened to us. We almost split up. But the death that happened to me because of that loneliness was like what Adam and Eve must have felt in the garden when they couldn't walk with God anymore and they were afraid to. I was afraid to talk to Mike all at once. But I came back to him and he looked dead without me too. So we made up and decided that we weren't going to ever do that again, and thanked God that he taught us what that void, that hellish void of giving up on someone feels like, and giving up on ourselves. So it's a very deep book, but it has humor. There's a lot of humor. There's a lot of love. There's nothing graphic in it or offensive or sensitive. I know people don't like old people to be romantic, but to this day, when his hand touches my hand, all the pain, anxiety, all those things just evaporate. A little bitty sound he makes me find peace. It's a gift from God. And I just wanted to share it because I know whether it's for friendship or partnership, we can all have this. and I believe in it. Thank you, and God bless you for watching.